So what exactly are you drawing for the Game of Thrones drawing? Would like to know. But I've seen some of your drawings before, and they are sick. They're amazing. they're just spot on. Seriously, I don't know how somebody can draw so insanely accurate. It's just mad, honestly. But I hope that's all going well for you, my friend. I hope it's all going well. So let's give my hands a bit of a washy wash. Beautiful. Radio. The best Scott drawing. Work that dough a lot more clearly needs. It certainly does. I'll just give my hands a bit of a wash. So we got a few bits off on it. You don't usually wash my hands on it, but for the sake of it, I really wanted to make sure it was all nice and clean and ready, so we can give this a knead. This dough is in need of a knead. No puns intended there. Right, so what we're going to do is bind this all together. And I'm not going to chuck out the bowl because we're going to need it afterwards to help it proof a little bit. So it's a spoiler for all who watch the new season, but it's the Undeath Dragon. Oh, right, okay. I see. Well, to be fair with you, the series has been out for a while now for that season, so I mean, if anyone hasn't watched it, then, well, too late. Let's just hope nobody heard it. So, but that's awesome. That's amazing. I can't wait to see it. I bet that's such amazing detail on it. So, what we're going to do is this. Pop the bowl aside. Oh, you're making naan? I love naan. Certainly am. So what we're making today, guys, we are making a breakfast naan. I'm going to do some crispy eggs with it. I'm also going to do some crispy parma ham for bacon. I've got some tomato sauce on the stove, which I've got... Oh, nearly lost the dough then on the floor. That would have been funny. We've got the tomato sauce here, which we've got cooking down on a low heat. With fresh vine tomatoes, some canned tomatoes. We've got thyme in there, garlic, onions, lots of flavour. A bit of vinegar as well for the acidity to go through it. And what else we got on there? I think that's all that's in there. And we're going to have feta on this dish. Maybe a few nuts, maybe a few baby tomatoes, some mushrooms as well. What else have we got? Also, we're going to have the pork sausage using some lean pork mince. And I think that's it. I think. But, oh yeah, sorry, and the spicy hot yogurt as well. So I'm going to get that on the go very shortly. Now with this, because I've added yogurt to the naan bread, so what I've added to this, I've added 450 grams of flour, 150 grams of yogurt, Greek yogurt, low fat, low sugar, teaspoon of yeast, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 1 egg, and 1 teaspoon of yeast, and what is it? 150 ml of almond milk, unsweetened, unroasted. It's on the touch of being a little bit too sticky, but not quite there. So I just need a little pinch of flour for this, just to help. It all depends on the moisture on the yogurt. So it is 150 grams, but sometimes if the yogurt's a little bit too wet, it can get a little bit sticky, but that's fine. You just get yourself a little bit of flour, and you can basically pull it all together. Lady Athena with those 15 bits. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate it. I said yeast twice. Well, maybe somebody didn't hear me, so I was just recapping it. Hilarious. Right, so what we're doing now, so we're going to work this dough so we can get it on the go. So using the palms, of your hands. I'm not using the tops or my fingers, just using palms. So whenever you need bread, right? So for example, I'm just get a bit more flour. So if, for example, you want to knead some bread, basically you use your hands under here, and you use your palm there. You just want to push down, you want to push forward, and then you just pull it back up with your fingers. So whenever you're doing it, so you're pushing down, and then you're pulling back up. So if you ever want to learn to knead, you're just using palms of your, the bottoms of your palms. Okay, I'll go eat lunch now. So look, no, appreciate it, JC. I hope you have something nice to eat, and thank you so much for that support. I really appreciate it. But yeah, no problem at all. I totally understand, especially like with me as well. Whenever I'm streaming and I'm like, I've got to lurk, I've got media to do, or you know, whatever. No, I really appreciate that support. Thank you so much. It's lovely to have you and your community here, and hope you enjoy the stream. Radio. So Looks like hard work. Well, it's a little bit of elbow grease in there. I mean, it's not too difficult. It's not too hard. But what you're doing, you want to make sure you start stretching the gluten in the flour. So, you know, you've got to put your back into it a little bit. You know, get yourself working. It's a little bit of exercise for you. You got to do a little bit of exercise. So, it does look a lot of work. But it's not. It's nothing difficult. Seriously. 5 minutes of a little bit of kneading. Need time. You need a bit of that kneading time. So, just to get this nice dough nice and smooth. It's actually quite fun. You don't actually find it hard work. It's just you get into a bit of a game of it before long. So, what we're going to do is give that a bit of a knead and a roll. So, Chef, do you know what mele kalikamaket? No, I got no idea. Means I do. No, I got no idea what it means. Have no idea, lady. So, what we're gonna do? Bit of flour. Just make sure it's not sticking too much. So it's starting to work out already. You can already see. Look at that dough. It's already starting to smooth out a little bit. So. Just needs a little bit more working, just a little bit longer. So this is actually really good for you, technically. You're actually doing a little bit of exercise, just for kneading. So you're just basically stretching that gluten so it gets nice and smooth. Bad Rhymer, how's it going? Homemade bread's so worth it. It certainly is. Even though we're not making homemade bread, but we're making naan bread, so yeah, it's very similar. Very, very similar. But it is so worth it. It certainly is. I think I'll go to the store real quick to pick up some stuff since I just decided to make food. Be right back, Chef and chat. No worries, Tux. No problem. Right, so this is almost there. It just needs about a minute or two longer and we're good to go. It's Merry Christmas in Hawaiian. Oh, right, okay. That's interesting to know. I probably didn't pronounce it correctly, though. You know what my pronunciations are like by now. So. Give this another knead for about a couple of minutes longer. We should be good to go. So it's really forming quite nicely now. See, I mean, if you haven't got a mixer and you want to do it by hand like I am, beautiful. If you've got a mixer, I suppose you could do it by with a hook on the mix and having it mixing around for 5-10 minutes. I suppose that's the lazy way, but it doesn't beat anything by handmade, does it? Let's be honest with you. So, appreciate those 15 bits, lady. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate the support. So kind of you. Nice cooking music. You good going? Glad you're enjoying the music. I can't hear a thing. All I can hear is those notifications that make me jump every 2 minutes. You can get a mixer, yeah. You can get a mixer to put all the stuff in, and you can with a hook, and you just mix it around, and you just stand there looking good, watching the bread being made itself. But I prefer making it by hand. Because number one, you don't need to buy equipment for it, and second of all, you're doing exercise, which is a second good thing. You're burning calories. And this just doesn't beat handmade. It really doesn't. Handmade is just you feel more accomplished. You feel less lazy. So beautiful. Look at that. Look at that delightfulness. Seriously. Oh, it's like a pillow. Pillow of deliciousness. How soft that is, eh? It's all from that beautiful yogurt. Seriously, it's amazing. Yeah, it's getting a little bit sticky, so
bread is bread, even none.
Bread is bread, even naan. It certainly is. Bad Rhymer, just cooked slightly different. But it's lovely to see you. How are you doing anyway, Bad Rhymer? Thank you so much for the 20 bits. Like a cloud, it certainly is. So, right, what we're going to do, pull this up a little bit. Nice. So, that under there. Right, so what we're going to do is pop that into the bowl. And we're just going to cover that with a tea towel. I'm just going to wash my hands because I've still got a little bit of... They're a bit dewy hands. Just give my hands a bit of a wash. And what we're going to do, we're going to cover that up, let that prove until it's doubled in size. And then we're going to get it cooked off, rolled out into the shapes that we want on the go. So let's give my hands a bit of a wash, clean. So guys, if you haven't entered that giveaway as well already, do !giveaway in chat. The link will come up with the giveaway for the £10, $10 Amazon gift card giveaway. If you haven't done so already, please type that in and the link will come up for you so you can enter it. Anyone can enter it, you don't have to be subbed. But if you are subbed, you get more points. So, well look, give that a little bit of a mix around. Keep an eye on that sauce now and again. Appreciate it, Warbot. Thank you, dude. So, what we're going to do, get ourselves a nice clean tea towel. I'm going to use one of the ones we've been using. There we go. So, what we're going to do, get a cloth on there. We're going to have that. We can have that sitting in the back there because it's nice and warm by the stove. These haven't been on anyway, but if it starts getting a little bit too hot here, then I'll move it to the back. But it should be fine. Just nicely sitting there. So. Delicious. Right, so we're going to give this all a bit of a clean up. So, I've got some antibacterial wipes. Or you can use hot soapy sponge if you want. Whatever's easiest for you. So I'm just going to give this a good old wipe down. So what we're going to do make next, guys, we're going to start on the sausage meat. I'm going to get all the mix done for that. So we're going to add some flavours to it. Now you can add whatever flavours you want to. You can even add like diced apple or sage or rosemary if you want to. It's entirely up to you. I don't think I've got any sage here, for all honesty. But I'll tell you what I will add to it. I'll add some garlic and some fresh herbs. Keep it simple. As I said, you can add like apple and things to it if you really want to. You can play around with it as much as you want. It's entirely up to you guys. Whatever flavours you want going in there, you can put in there. You don't have to follow it to a T. That's a great thing with cooking. You can elaborate as much as you want and go off in your own direction. You don't have to follow recipes bang on all the time, unless it's like obviously you're doing pastries and things. But when you're kind of exploring flavours and things with normal cooking, then you know you can elaborate as much as you want. You know you can still do that in pastries as well. So okie doke. So we're all nice, clean and tidy.